Hi friend, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Here at the house, I'm just tackling some homemaking, really making my home feel warm and welcome and beautiful, and just taking the day. It's kind of gloomy outside to do some of my favorite cleaning, which is just kind of putzing around the house, making things feel put together. It really relaxes me. It's almost therapeutic to me. So I hope today's video is just a gentle source of motivation and encouragement to you. If you have some housework to get done, whether it's folding some laundry or doing the dishes while you watch this, I encourage you to do so. And let's do some housework together. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to whip up some smoothies for my youngest Graham and I, which he's home with me during the day still, but not for long, you guys. He starts kindergarten this fall, so I'm definitely savoring every moment I have with him. But he and I, this is kind of our thing. After the big kids go to school, we make smoothies. He just loves them. He can't get enough of them. I just do some kefir, some frozen fruit. I think I did strawberry banana this morning. I added some pineapple and some honey. And really simple, really sweet and delicious. And he loves it. And I love it too. So just enjoying these little moments with him while I have them. Just he and I, they're definitely special memories I will cherish forever. Life has just been really busy lately, and I'm not one to say that often. I tend to like a slower paced life. We don't do a ton of extracurricular activities. I don't like the hustle. But man, life has been crazy lately. And I've noticed the first thing to go is my house, the laundry. It's just been a lot to manage lately. And I have found I kind of have to throw my routines that I typically follow out the window in busy seasons like this one. Instead, just set a timer for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes at a time and tackle as much as you can in that allotted time. Just you see something dirty, clean it, wipe it down. You see something out of place, put it away, and just find those little pockets here and there. That's going to help you stay on top of things because you might not have an hour to give or 2 hours to give. And it's worked well for me. Before we go on, I kindly wanted to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Therapy has become essential to me. It is a non-negotiable in my daily rhythms and throughout the month. The times that I meet with my therapist, which is currently on a weekly basis, I feel like the weight of the world is just lifted every time we talk. And not only that, but I find that therapy not only helps me mentally, emotionally, from a personal standpoint, but it trickles out into all other areas of my life, whether it's my health, my relationships, and even how I care for my home looks different when I'm able to talk to somebody about the struggles or the things I don't enjoy about it and how to work through that. I find that it kind of has sparked joy again in some of the responsibilities that I have that I at one point was really dreading. And having that joy again in caring for my home has been such a blessing, and I have my therapist to thank for that. But BetterHelp is an online therapy platform, and there are over 30,000 licensed therapists. And getting started with online therapy through BetterHelp couldn't be simpler. You just fill out a questionnaire, takes just a few minutes, and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist in as little as 48 hours in most cases. You can do your therapy sessions over the phone, via video chat, or even through messaging on the app. And you can always schedule your therapy at a time that's convenient for you. And you can do it from the comfort of your own home, which is such a blessing. I love it so much. So if you're struggling or you just need somebody to talk to, consider BetterHelp. You can go down to my link in the description below. It's betterhelp.com/AmyFritz, and you'll get 10% off of your first month's therapy. So definitely check that out. And a big thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Something I've been finding myself thinking about a lot lately is our time. And, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but everyone's life looks different. There are busier seasons, slower seasons, crazier seasons, easier seasons. And so you can't compare what you're getting done to somebody else. But the Lord's really been convicting me lately of the time that, to be honest, I feel like I'm wasting on social media, wasting on YouTube, wasting via entertainment. Maybe that's Netflix or watching shows. And all of those things, if used properly, can be amazing tools. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment in and of itself. It's not inherently bad. But if it's all you consume, then maybe you need to take a step back. And that's how I feel right now. The Lord, like I said, has just really been convicting me of that. How can I make the most of my time that I've been given, whether I'm doing housework or even just home or wherever I am? How can I be learning? How can I be growing? How can I be surrendering my life to Him every single day? And what does that look like? So I just feel convicted that I've been using a lot of time for entertainment lately, and I need to start changing that a little bit. And maybe that means listening to an audiobook while I clean instead of watching Reba on Netflix, or maybe that means listening to my audio Bible more. I'm not totally sure, but I'm slowly going to start making those changes, and maybe you can join me. Let me know down in the comments if you have a good podcast or audiobook recommendation. Maybe you can glean from the community and get some good ideas. This was actually more of a true full load of laundry, but one of the reasons I like to do smaller loads of laundry these days is because it makes putting the laundry away so much less of a mountain to face. When you only have a couple of little things to put away, you're more likely to stay on top of it, or at least I am. One thing I have learned to do in the last, probably year or so, is tackle the chores you don't want to do, like eat the frog, do the thing you do not want to do first thing in the day, and then reward yourself with something that you enjoy doing or enjoy partaking in. And for me, after I get my dishes and my laundry all set for the day, I usually, this time of year, like to do a little walk around the yard, check out the gardens, see how flowers are doing. And in this case, on this beautiful morning, I decided to cut some of these gorgeous tea roses. They're almost like a lavender color. They're so pretty. The petal count is just spectacular. It was pretty windy, if you can't tell though. But just cut some roses for myself, take a little stroll. I've got a ton of roses right now. See how everything's doing. Quite literally stop and smell the roses and just appreciate the outdoors while we have this beautiful weather. You learn to really come to love it when you live in the Midwest. And then of course I brought it inside, and I have to laugh. You're probably gonna say, what in the world were you doing? First, I made sure all the petals I took off any brownish colored petals, I removed the leaves and the stem, and I was starting to arrange these roses in this little pitcher here, because that's usually the pitcher I use for my fresh cut flowers. Well, for whatever reason, I probably needed some floral tape or scotch tape. These were not arranging well. I just could not get them to sit properly. So I ended up taking them out and just putting them in a mason jar. And they ended up looking a lot prettier in the mason jar. Just really simple. I love to have fresh cut flowers next to my kitchen sink. They always brighten my day. If you watched my summer home tour, you heard me talk about this already, but I've been loving this blueberry cobbler scented candle from Antique Candle Company. It smells like a warm, delicious bakery. Oh my word, I love it so much. I'm gonna have to order more, but now that I've got the flowers arranged and kitchen's picked up, I'm going to just make life that much easier and pull out the crock pot. I had some thawed chicken thighs, and I just throwing those in the crock pot, and I had some sweet potato too that was about to go bad, so I just threw those in there as well, just making life really simple and easy and getting the meat and potato out of the way for dinner tonight. We ended up eating this with some broccoli and just a really simple dinner. I just seasoned the chicken and the sweet potatoes really well, salt, pepper, garlic. I did add a little bit of barbecue sauce as well to the crock pot just to keep it nice and moist, and cooked this on low for about 6 hours, and yeah, dinner was served. Really, really easy. And speaking of summery scents, I still love and use Caldrea products all the time. They just smell so good, and I feel like the scent lingers. So sometimes I'll spray down my kitchen table or my bathroom or just dust with this product. I'm using the ginger pomelo scent. Oh my word, you guys, smells so, so good. And it just makes everything feel really fresh. I also like to run through with my Tynaco vacuum at least every other day, if not every day. It's kind of fun to use, so I don't mind doing it. If you have a dog that sheds like I do, or even just kids, or even not, this is the best everyday vacuum. I wouldn't say that it replaces mopping altogether, but it does vacuum and mop simultaneously, and it is great at getting up dust and hair and making everything just feel really clean in the day-to-day. We have minimized more than we ever have before in the last several months as we're decluttering and getting ready to move and kind of starting the packing process. And I cannot believe how much I have enjoyed it. I always considered myself to be pretty minimal in nature prior to getting ready for this move, but we really downsized in the last couple of months. We got a dumpster and threw out a ton of junk. We donated a ton. I would say we donated 80% of our toys. And man, when you have less and it only takes 2 minutes to clean up a space, it is just so refreshing. And I find that the kids have actually enjoyed it a lot too. So we're not missing our stuff yet. Doesn't mean we won't buy some new things when we do move, but it's been a really nice change of pace to just have less decor, less furniture out. You can see in this room, it's definitely more minimal. And it just feels like we can all breathe. And then, of course, I'm going to be, just kind of straightening out the pillows. I always do that during the day, even though it's just going to get messed up again. It still makes me happy to do it. And Maggie doesn't move an inch. She doesn't flinch when I do this. She's like, yeah, Mom, I'm not going anywhere. You're going to have to work around me. As women, it can be so easy to get caught in the comparison trap. And everyone says comparison is the thief of joy, and that could not be truer. I want to encourage you as this video is sort of wrapping up. I don't know what your plans look like for the rest of the day, but turn off all the noise. Turn off all the distractions. If you need to unfollow people, if you need to get off social media, or maybe not, either way, just quiet your mind, quiet your home, and just focus on what God has for you today in the next hour. And I promise that's going to bring you more peace than any video you'll watch, any reel you'll watch, any scrolling you'll do. Just be still, be in your own place, be content with what the Lord has given you today, and you will not only be more productive, but you'll feel more at peace, and I can promise you that. So I hope that today's video was an encouragement to you and gave you some motivation to tackle something in your home. I just wanted to end the video with getting my watering done. I usually like to do this earlier in the day, but it was a gloomier day, so that's okay. I think it worked out. It wasn't too hot, but I love to come out here, get my watering done, and then sit and have a cup of coffee on the front porch and just enjoy the fresh air. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week ahead. Be well, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye, friends.